the villa. I didn't know what to expect. To me, it looked tacky. Like, it just wasn't my vibe. It's got tall fences, you're not allowed in unless you have your pass. They took my passport. They get a Bible out, and you have to say, I swear on my health and my spiritual evolution that I will not reveal any of the secrets or anything that goes on here.
Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, Jana. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you. Oh my God. What a mini series, mini doc, amazing information, amazing facts about yoga and all this crazy stuff that be very honest with you, I wasn't aware of that. So because I cover so much stuff, and then sometimes there's some topics we not, you know what I mean, we ended up not paying attention to it.
That's why we made the series, to bring the story to a wider audience. So
yeah. So from the beginning, thank you so much for that. And from the beginning, how the subject and how the series came about for you?
Well, so the series was largely driven by some of the contributors who they approached us via a producer who we know and love very much called Bernadette Higgins. Some of our key contributors reached out to her and said, we have a story that we want to tell. We want to bring it to the sort of wider public attention. Can you help us? And so Bernie approached us at Lightbox, the company that I work for, and we produced the series. And we took it to Apple TV, who were really great. They got it straight away, and they were really passionate about it. So it had a lot of momentum from the very beginning, but I think a lot of that was down to the fact that it was really driven from the contributors, so that their passion really, really shone through.
Yeah, because you never imagine that, like a yoga group is going to have someone, but nowadays I think everywhere there's always someone trying to take advantage of people or try to manipulate our minds. So that part I'm not surprised anymore. And to divide it in 3 chapters, what was this decision? Because you guys kind of gain trust of the people as well, the girls and the woman that talk to you. How was this process for you and especially for the director, because I think it's not an easy topic to talk about.
Yeah, it's a really difficult topic to talk about, and that's why we were really glad that we had the support and the drive from the contributors themselves. The reason it was 3 parts is because it's actually just a huge story. So it plays out over decades and across continents, and it's been sort of going since the 90s, really. So when we sort of develop projects like this, we you sort of take a look at the big picture. What's the scope of this series going to be? And it was so enormous that there's no way it could be a single film. So there were sort of 3 key storylines and various different time frames. So we had sort of quite a lot of work to do in structuring the series and working out how we tell the story and what the best way to present all the information is to the audience. But a large part of it that we didn't know how it was going to pan out when we started was the fact that there was this sort of ongoing legal case, and that the women wanted to take this case against the guru. When we started production, which was I think we started developing it in 2022 and then actually started production in 2023. The Guru was still receiving women in Paris. So there was an impetus there for us to get the story out. But in the process of production, the Guru was arrested in Paris. So that was it gave us an ending that we didn't know we would have when we started. So that then opened up a whole sort of storyline about the French investigation and the police, who were then in a position to be able to talk to us where they hadn't been before. So yeah, it was kind of a sprawling beast of a story that we then sort of wrangled into 3 delightful parts.
Yes, I love that. It's not just like, it's like facts and the experience of what the people. It's not just like, oh, we have these, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes documentaries, some of them are very just information thrown into us, and then this one kind of, you see like, oh my God, they manipulate me. I felt sorry for them, for the woman. And
we wanted the viewer to kind of experience the same journey that the women were telling us that they had experienced. So it was really important to go from the sort of Rowan, the director, uses a lovely phrase, the open-hearted beginnings of it. So each of our contributors was really seeking something. They were seeking belonging or community or an increased sense of spirituality. And they were really, going out of their way to practice yoga, to learn more about it, and to really sort of immerse themselves in this extremely positive experience and this beautiful, welcoming community. So we really wanted the viewer to experience that warmth and that sort of almost seduction at the beginning, before getting to the parts where the really negative things started to happen. Because I think if you go on that journey yourself, then you're much less judgmental, and your understanding is much deeper, and you really think that could be me, or it could be my friend or my daughter, or anyone from my family. I can really understand this process by sort of going through it step by step.
Yeah, exactly. And I know every day, I think when you do research and looking for facts and everything, I think everything is a kind of surprise. But is there anything that most surprised you about this process, like the whole process of doing the documentary? Any moment or anything that it was, oh my God, I wasn't expecting this coming?
Well, I suppose it was surprising to us, the scale of it and the amount of people. There's a huge umbrella organization of schools, and we didn't, we found people who had been to specific schools, and then we approached them for comment about sort of real allegations that people made. But it surprised us that there was such a huge movement, and that so many women that we spoke to on and off camera were telling us the same thing. And some of them, it had happened decades ago, and some of them it had happened really quite recently. But the process felt very, very similar. So that was one way that we were able to corroborate it. But I think we were continually surprised by the scale of it, and by the fact that it seemed to have gone on for so long unchallenged. So we were very grateful to our sort of dynamic contributors for sort of bringing it to our attention, and for the fact that for the efforts that they're putting in to sort of draw a line underneath it, and to sort of pursue justice through the courts.
Yeah. Oh my God. So going on. There's so much that been happening for years and years, like the yoga case, the Me Too movement that happened, some stuff that, and then you figure out like, oh my God, what's going on? And people are still quiet, some of them, but I'm glad that the miniseries is gonna bring a lot of like attention, and I love all the aspects and to it. What else was a challenge for you? Like, how much material did you guys got it? and to condense in the 3 episodes.
Yeah,
I know we talk about to divide it in the chapters, but
yeah.
that decision, because I bet you got a lot of like good stuff as well.
Yeah, we conducted really in-depth interviews with all our contributors, and then they're all sort of edited down to much shorter pieces. So there was certainly a lot of material to go through. There was a lot of archive material as well, of sort of stuff from Romania, people's sort of home videos and things that they had recorded within the school. I suppose one of the biggest creative challenges was how to visualize the psychological process that the women were experiencing. So that was a lot of fun to do, but it took us a long time to sort of work out how to do it, because we wanted to reflect the process of transfiguration, where the women sort of transfigured the guru to become a sort of divine being. We wanted to show that in camera, which meant we had to find a physical way to translate that. So I think it worked really well in the series, and hats off to Rowan, our director, and the team, Kate Bullions as well, the line producer. She was integral in sort of helping us sort of work out how we could achieve those creative goals.
It's amazing. I'm gonna tell you, I love the episodes. I love the way that you guys told the story, and amazing. So this is the time that I have with you, Suzanne. I want to thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for bringing that and other projects that Lightbox always are part of. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you.
Love to meet you too.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.